gets going, and I would like to add that we will also get going. Friends, BCA always has been in the forefront to serve its members, even in these times, challenging times. In these times when we are, reinventing ourselves, we are, starting the refresh button. We are, utilizing this time to upgrade our knowledge and skill. BCA is with its members. In spite of the restrictions on the physical movement, etc., our activities are in full flow. Our journal was released. Our journal for the April issue was released, in fact, naturally in the soft copy 2 days before time. And I would urge all of you all, since we have a little bit of a technology problem, we cannot have access, we are not be able to email to all our members. But I would request all of you all to, urge all of you all to, keep updated with the BCA activities through all our social media platforms on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Uh, also, we had a panel discussion on last Saturday on equalization levy, which was attended by 500 participants. And all these videos are available free of cost on our YouTube channel. Now, coming to the topic for the day, it is said that the first impression is the last impression. So when we go to attend any meeting, more particularly audit committee meetings, or make a presentation, or we are doing public speaking, or a staff training, or client meeting, or more importantly a client pitch or something like that, the way we carry ourselves, the way we make our presentation is of utmost importance. Some of us would be on either side of the table, would be some of the board of directors also, and the service providers also. The way we present ourselves is of importance. Friends, there is an age-old debate that goes on, a comparison between CAs and any professional, more importantly, the CAs and the MBAs. It is always said that we, in spite of our in-depth knowledge, analytic mindset, we always are in the second fiddle. We've not been able to sell ourselves. We are not able to sell our services, which makes a difference. And they say that this is only because we lack our presentation skill. Our education program, our institute is also taking care. We are also aware of ourselves. BCA also is conducting many of such activities. So therefore, to sharpen our presentation skills today by using technology, we have Vivek today with us. He's also a chartered accountant, so he knows what exactly we require. He can correlate to our work. He can correlate to our requirement. So we have Vivek today to guide us through the good, and the topic is good presentations make powerful leaders. And he's going to tell us, which are the softwares which are available, how to use our smartphones more effectively, and more such tips. Thank you, Vivek, once again to come and address us. And now I would request our committee chairman, Nitin Shingala, to take it forward from here. Thank you. And once again, welcome to all of you.
Thank you, President Manish, for that, background and hello.
And Nitin, bhai, you are audible.
You're audible. Yeah, you're audible.
Thanks. So, yeah. So this is a very important topic, as Manish has already introduced and given some comments on the topic of the day. And I would just like to supplement that by saying that, 2-3 things. One, as Manish said, these are the days when packaging is important. But I think more than packaging, this statement that comes out on the slide. Sorry, there is a lot of disturbance in the background. Namrata, can you put all of the rest? Thanks. I think thank you, Namrata. This is now much better. I hope you are able to hear me. Namrata, if you can just quickly confirm you are able to hear me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thanks. So, good presentation make powerful leaders. And what do we mean by powerful leaders? I think one single important, quality of every powerful leader is the clarity of thought. And I think when we make good presentation, it helps us clarify our own thought and organize them and present them to the audience in a very effective manner. So I think these are very important skills that we need to learn. And one other thing that I remember is when BCA many years ago, put together a program jointly with Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. This was called Business Consultancy Studies. And the director of JBIMS in those days said, gave this formula to us, the participants at JBIMS from BCS, that a successful professional is equal to right combination of not just knowledge, but skills and attitude. So successful professional is equal to K plus S plus A is something that has remained with me all these years. And so the skill part is something which we at times don't focus too much. And in the age of technology, I think these skills are becoming more and more important. So with these few words, I thank Namrata, Kinjal, and the team to put together this, Sanjay, to put together this program, and we'll have many more programs to come. I think BCA is a wonderful organization driven primarily by all the volunteers, and I would encourage. We have 179 participants already, 180 now. So all of you are welcome to come up with your own suggestions. You want to put together some program, we are open to your suggestions, and will in fact look forward to that. So with these few words, I request Namrata to introduce the faculty of our session, CA Vivek Shah, and then we can't present a memento to you, Vivek, now in physical terms, but certainly virtually a lot of gratitude will come to you, I'm sure. And yeah, over to you, Namrata. Thanks.
Namrata, should I take over?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or you
Please.
okay.
Sir, please take over. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I'll be introducing Vivek. Vivek is a chartered accountant, and before starting his own practice, setting up his own office, he was working with Deloitte. On his clientele list, he has from startups to public limited companies listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. And that includes in the real estate sector, infrastructure sector, gem and jewelry sector, media and entertainment, investment banking, and many more. He has addressed business professionals, students, bankers, CBI officers, and bureaucrats of Indian government at multiple organizations across the country, most probably on information technology. Recently, he has been selected as an international speaker by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for UAE VAT, and earlier he has also given a lecture at our own study circle in BCS on cryptocurrencies. With this, I request Vivek to take over. Before that, Namrata, please unmute everybody. Unmute everybody. Sorry.
Hope everyone is safe over here.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank the president, past presidents, committee members of BCAS. I believe this is one of the largest voluntary organizations of chartered accountants present in India as we speak. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with all our fellow members across India. So friends, as we begin our topic, the topic is good presentations make powerful leaders. And as Nitin Bhai mentioned earlier, that any powerful leader has one very good aspect, which is about having the ability to explain in simplified terms. So what we can do is, how can we use technology to ensure that we can explain our thoughts, we can explain our ideas across the table in a more efficient manner, whether be it in the audit committees, whether be it in our client presentations, client meetings, or even be it training our own colleagues and staff members. So when we begin this topic, I want to highlight some of the points that we're going to talk about today. Firstly, how do we create high impact presentations which are really eye-catching and which can ensure that people remain attentive throughout the presentation that you're giving. Second is that how can we use our traditional software, which is Microsoft PowerPoint, in making presentations, and what is the new way by which presentations are being made in the corporate world as we speak. Then there is a change in the recent trend that people start accessing presentations while they're on the go, while they're traveling by car, by train, or when, or even in the middle of some work. So the most accessible way to make sure that a point reaches across the table is by having a mobile friendly presentation. So yes, friends, that is also very much possible in today's day and age. And then finally, there is a comparison between Microsoft PowerPoint and Prezi. So let us begin with that. So what really goes in making a presentation high impact? So what are some of those important points which we need to that we need to consider while making a presentation which is really high impact? Some of the important points are that you need to ensure that the color combination is correct, the content is right, the slide transitions are done correctly, and ultimately you keep your people engaged in what you're trying to explain. So each of these points are extremely important, and probably we as chartered accountants may not really pay much attention to the aesthetic values, but we may rather pay attention to the content. So keeping those points in mind, let us go with the color and the color combination which is used. So these are just what you see on the screen right now, whereas these are just some of the points which I would like to highlight about colors being used in a particular presentation. For example, blue is a color which is used maximum by all presenters across the world. Now, the reason for that is that the color blue ensures that the person who's speaking has a calm mind. So if you wonder that why are a lot of default templates in blue, that's the real scientific logic behind the color blue. Now coming to green, green is something which stimulates interaction and puts viewers at ease. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I have used green as a color today for my presentation. Red, it conveys passion. So if you are really passionate about something, and if you really want to convey that in a very convincing manner, try and use the color red for your presentations. Uh, but nevertheless, red must be handled with care, because if you're making a financial report and if you use a lot of red, I think that would give the wrong indicator to the person who's the recipient of the presentation. So red must be handled with care, because red is also looked differently in different cultures. Coming to purple, if you want to make an emotional appeal, or if you want to make a spiritual appeal, purple is definitely a very good color, because it can initiate the opposite person to uh, look at your proposal or to look at your presentation in an emotional or a spiritual aspect. More than anything else, in case even if you're making a presentation for a client or a startup who's looking to raise funds, so you can use a combination of red and purple, because red conveys your passion, that yes, you're really passionate about your business and your startup and your idea. And purple is because you want to make because you want to make an emotional appeal to your investors that, sir, I really need the money from you. If I'm asking for $1 million, I really need the money, because that's going to put me in the next league. So you can use a combination of these colors to ensure that you send out the right message to the people, and yellow and orange for getting the right kind of attention and exercising and influencing your authority. So be very confident before using these colors. And black at the end of it is to display finality and to convey an important point. So these are some of the colors which can be scientifically used to ensure that you steer your presentation in the correct manner. Now, having said that, a lot of corporates, even small and large corporates, have something called as a brand style guide, which is to say that, for example, one of the big fours will use only blue and green primarily. One of the other big fours might use yellow and gray primarily. One may use red and maybe some other colors. So depending on your corporate palette, you may be required to use certain colors, but if that is not the case, you may use the colors that you see on your screen. And you may use a combination of those colors depending on who you're going to present your case to, and what is the need, what is the point that you're trying to convey. So, and in case and this is one thing which even small and medium-sized practitioners must try and inculcate in their own firms, is that try and get a brand palette for yourselves, try and get a brand style guide. Now, we understand that there is a code of ethics by ICI which prohibits marketing, but there is nothing which prohibits branding your own firm. So, of course, within the ambit of the code of ethics, if we are able to create a brand style guide for ourselves, we would be in a much better position to choose what colors we want, what fonts we want, what is the size, and multiple other aspects that are required in branding. So my suggestion to chartered accountants is that we need to ensure that we are brand compliant, however big or small our brand may be, but you've got to start at some point. So this is about the brand style guides which one may have. Now, moving forward, we have something we have content. So when you talk about content, so when you talk about content, what you speak is more important than what you type and put in your presentation. So a presentation, be it Prezi or be it even your traditional PPT, what you speak and how you speak has more impact on the recipients than what you type. Of course, so you need to ensure that you type only what is required and do not flood your presentation with a lot of points. So yeah, short points and bullet points may be appreciated. Large fonts should ideally be used, and ultimately any presentation that you make, whether it is in PPT, Prezi, or even a PDF document, or however, whatever may be the medium, what is most important is your ability to use technology to speak and explain and convey a particular point to the recipients. So use technology to your benefit to ensure that you are able to convey your message and keep your audience engaged at the same time. So make eye-catching graphics, ensure that you have a lot of pictures in it, and most importantly, you need to ensure is that the content that you write is factually correct. More than anything else, it doesn't matter how much content you put in, but what is most important is that the content that you put in is factually correct. Moving forward, as far as the fonts are concerned, I personally prefer two fonts. One is Calibri and the second is Times New Roman. These are professional fonts. Most of the presentations give a very good look and feel when you use that font. If you're using traditional PowerPoint, I would suggest use a font size not lesser than 40 points. And in case if you're using any other software, it depends on multiple factors depending on the size, the area in which you have to write. For example, what you see in your screen over here is high impact presentations. So depending on the size and the availability of the graphics, I think you can decide a font size, but make sure that it is highly visible. Then we come to another point, which is about how do we engage our audience? How do we ensure that our audiences pay attention right from the beginning till the end, and they have understood anything and everything that you're trying to explain? So when it comes to engagement, I would suggest that use a lot of pictures, because it is rightly said, a picture speaks 1,000 words. Use high quality pictures, not just any kind of pictures. And I would suggest there is a free website called as pexels.com, pexels.com, for high quality images. You would get images on almost all aspects that may be required for preparing a presentation, and you'll be astonished to see the quality of images that are over there. And it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay a single penny to anyone ever. So use really high quality images for your presentation. Do not compromise on the quality of your pictures. Make it a little engaging, and try and embed videos. So for example, over here in this Prezi, there is a particular feature by which when you just by typing the URL of YouTube, you are able to embed a video directly from YouTube and connect it with your Prezi presentation as you give. So this is one example which I want to show all the participants over here right now, is that how can you keep someone engaged while giving a presentation. So this is just an example. I will stop midway and then we can proceed. So yes, so this is how I would suggest that make some kind of content and make it so creative that people would want to watch your video. People would want to stay glued to your presentation right till the end. So make use of good videos. This is just one example of a sample video that I had prepared for my clients. So you can make something like this, which is really engaging with your audiences, and you can ensure that uh, uh, you can convey the right message to your clients. Another important fact, since most of us are finance professional, is that you can use a lot of charts and diagrams to explain the data. You know, charts and diagrams will simplify a larger table into smaller condensed form, and then that makes it really more engaging. That makes it a little more interesting because again, people would not want to analyze data after looking at long tables that are prepared by us as chartered accountants or as finance professionals. So so I would suggest that try and use a lot of charts and diagrams in your presentations as well, so that it becomes a little more engaging. And there is another a free app and a website called as Canva. So you can use Canva for your presentations as well. So now the good part about Prezi is that the transitions and the animations that are there over here are so simple to create for the user, which is practically very difficult for any person to create in Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm not saying that it cannot be created in Microsoft PowerPoint. Yes, certainly it can be. These transitions can be created in PowerPoint, but you would need to have expertise in PowerPoint. You would need to have a lot of professional knowledge about Microsoft PowerPoint to create something like that uh, on that platform. So this is how the transitions are right now in Prezi. So just skipping ahead. So yes, slide transitions are yes coming to another important tool is that slide transitions can again be used to to convey an important point. For example, in the traditional PowerPoint, if you want to show continuity, you would rather show a very slow screen moving, showing that yes, it continues, it goes forward. In case if you want to show that the presentation is coming to an end, you can use a transition which shows that your presentation is coming to an end. Excuse me. So, so you can use slide transitions very effectively again to convey your message. So these are some of the points which will make your presentation highly impactful. Just a minute. Apologies for the same. So you can use slide transitions very effectively to convey the message that you want to create, and this will help you to create a very powerful and a very impactful presentation to your audience. So now let's get into some basics of Prezi right now. So let's get into the basics of Prezi. This is how your screen looks like when you go. The moment you click in it, you will be able to create a subtopic over here. So this is how you create a subtopic. Just drag and drop your topics over here. Double click on it. You will be able to move in. You will be able to type something. For example, sample 1. So it's as simple as just clicking a button and your next topic is ready. Now, if you want to create a story and you want to create multiple stack of slides inside this particular newly created slide as well, you can do that as well. You can just double click on it, you zoom in. Under this, you can create a stack. So there you go. Sample 1, we name this as stack 1. Let's say you have another story to make. You add one more page to it. So you add another page to it, and that comes to stack 2. So now let's just see what we've created. From here, you could easily zoom in and zoom out from here. So this is what I had already created, and I just want to show that how easy it is to work on a software like Prezi. So just with a click of 4 buttons, you are ready with your content. You click over here, you move in, You press next, you go further inside, you zoom in even further, just click next, and then you're on stack 1 and stack 2. So it's as simple as that. You can put your content over here, you can put whatever data you need to put over here, and you can zoom out from here, click on this button, zoom out. So you can create all of these animations and transitions with a click of a button. So this is one of the best features of Prezi, that you can have professional transitions with a click of a button without having much expertise. Even if you are a new user to Prezi, you will be able to do and make such kind of transitions. So I will just delete it from here. And now we zoom out from this section and we go to the next section, which is using PPTs in a Prezi. So let us assume that most of us are well versed with Microsoft PowerPoint, and we are good at our work with Microsoft PowerPoint, and we are a little reluctant to go to a new platform which we don't know what is the efficiency of that. So there is a simplified way as well, in case if you want to make it engaging with very little knowledge about Prezi. What you can do is you can prepare your presentation the way you want to in Microsoft PowerPoint, without animations, just the static presentation that you would make otherwise. You can use that, and you can import the entire presentation into Prezi. So if you have an already existing presentation which you want to import into Prezi, yes, Prezi has a feature which allows you to do that. So just directly import your presentation, and I will just show you how that would look if you were to import it. For example, once you've imported it, it will work just the way a normal presentation would work, minus the transitions of Microsoft PowerPoint, but with the content and slides which are there in Microsoft PowerPoint. So for example, I had spoken on forensic audit and fraud investigation using technology last year. So I've just imported one of those presentations just as a sample. So you can use the best of both the worlds. You can work in Microsoft PowerPoint where you're comfortable. You can import it into Prezi, and you'll be just as good at a Prezi the way you are on Microsoft PowerPoint after a particular point of time. So this feature is also just you just need to click the button and you will be through with it. It's no rocket science. It's absolutely easy. So this is the dashboard of Prezi. You click over here, insert. You click on PowerPoint, upload a file. So there are a few sample files that I already have ready. So sample one for Prezi. So we upload the file, and you can just select whichever slides you want from here. Yes, over here. Okay, so this is a sample PPT which is uploaded. You can see all your files over here. We've uploaded the first three. So what we're going to do now is we will add the other slides. So for example, I want slide number 4, 5. I don't want 6, and I want 7. So I just click on those slides. It's as simple as that. Click on insert, and your slides will be ready. Now, as you see, the entire transition, the path in which your slides are going to move around, everything is automatically done using artificial intelligence by Prezi. So it saves you a lot of time and energy to upload data, to design the data, to give the dynamic look to your presentation. It saves you a lot of effort and energy for doing this. So we just zoom out from here, and I will show you now how that looks. We go over here, we click on present, and there you go. Your presentation is ready in absolutely no time. So this is one of the benefits of using Prezi. You can just click and import your existing PPTs into Prezi, and we'll just exit from here. Yes, so this is one of the, so this covers the point about using your existing PowerPoint presentations in Prezi. And moving forward, uh, one very important point which I would like to highlight is that how can we make mobile friendly presentations? So, so we zoom in over here, and so mobile friendly presentations, as I said, they are a thing of the future, and now we need to move from our existing laptop and computer based presentations. We need to move towards mobile friendly presentations. If you go to see, the world has evolved in such a manner that even your websites are now mobile friendly. It's not just about the presentations being mobile friendly, but you've got to be where your audience is. If your audience is on their mobile phone, you can do almost anything and everything with your mobile phone. And in some cases, your mobile phone is even more powerful than your own computers with the flexibility it offers. So we need to be where the audience is, or where the recipient of your presentation is. So I'm going to show you a very a basic sample design of a presentation which is mobile friendly. So this is an example of how a mobile friendly presentation is supposed to be. So you can the orientation of the page changes for making a mobile friendly presentation, and mobile friendly presentations uh, can adjust with different screen sizes as well. So some may have a larger screen, some may have a smaller screen. So these presentations ideally adjust according to the size of the screen. So instead of preparing it in landscape mode, you can prepare your presentation in the portrait mode, as we call it in PowerPoint or in Word. And yes, and these kind of presentations can be converted into PDF or JPG. These are not primarily PowerPoint presentations or even Prezi presentations. This is just a different way by which a presentation or a concept idea or a report can be submitted. So this is just a way, this can be collated in the form of a PDF or a JPEG. And how do we make these? So let's get to that point. How do we make these kind of presentations? So I'm going to show you a sample of how can this be made. So there is this website called as Canva, canva.com, canva.com. And Canva has this wonderful feature of having mobile first presentations. So you just go over here, click on mobile first presentation. You will get multiple templates which are already created, where you can just simply type your content and you will be up and running with absolute ease, with very good graphics, with very good uh, uh, designing of your slides, and with very little effort, you will be able to create quality reports and quality presentations. So let's take, for example, we like this one particular presentation. So these are the multiple slides that are there in this presentation. What you see on your left are the multiple slides of a particular presentation, and let's say that you may not require all of them. So what we can do is you can select only those slides that you want. So you click on add a new page, select page number 2, 3, you select 7. Oh, sorry, yeah. Every time you've got to add a new page. So add a new page, click over here, add a new page, scroll down, select this, add a new page. So imagine the amount of efforts that get eliminated when we do something, when we use technology to our advantage. So once this is ready, you can just scroll up and you can start putting your content over here. Yes, so you can just plug and play. It's as easy as that. You can put the name of your company over here. You have some good images. After that, you can change images. You can replace images. You can define what the presentation is about. What is the problem of the industry? So you can just plug and play, select whatever you want with a click of a button. Now imagine if you had to create something like this from scratch for your next presentation. Just imagine the amount of efforts that you would have to put in to create something like this for a design like this. And there you go. We just click over here and we download the presentation. You want it in PDF or you want it in JPEG. So I suggest take PDF and download your report. You will be ready with your entire report just by changing the text and selecting the right theme. And now next what I'm going to explain is how can we import what we've created over here, and what if we want to present that in Prezi? How can we do that? Now that also happens again with a click of a button. You just need to know the tools. So we are in sample presentation. Sorry, we zoom out. So I will show you how can we import a PDF over here. So this is the feature about importing PDF. We double click over here, we're inside it. And now click on insert. Click on PDF. I'll go to my downloads. I'll click open over here. So here you are. So you can select whichever pages you want. Page number 1. You want the 3rd page. And you want the 5th page. Or if you want, you can insert all pages as well, again with a click of a button. So there you go. Your entire report will get populated automatically. So we delete the first page over here. So of course, depending here there isn't enough space, but depending on the kind of report that you have, you could probably stretch up the page, and there you are. Let's see, we don't want this page. We don't want this page either. We don't want this page either. We don't want this page either. So there you go. The entire report or parts of your report would be ready so easily and so seamlessly with professional designing, with a professional look and feel. So this is how you can import a PDF also into Prezi. So these are mobile friendly presentations. This is the future of corporate presentations. Gone are the days when people would open a laptop, open a large screen and scroll through your entire PowerPoint presentation. I think that was quite yes, that was quite 2000-ish. We're in 2020 now. So we need to move with changing times. Coming to another aspect is about what are some of the features of PowerPoint versus Prezi, and why should Prezi be preferred over PowerPoint when everyone is so used to PowerPoint? PowerPoint is a name which is so synonymous to presentations that people think a presentation can only be made in PowerPoint. The point that I'm trying to make over here is that almost 10 years ago, a new software and a new tool was developed, which was Prezi. And it is redefining the way presentations are being made. And it makes it highly engaging, it makes it highly interactive, it makes it highly flexible without knowing much of coding or without knowing much of the back end of creating a good presentation. So ultimately, if we can use and adopt a technology which is user friendly, which we as finance or professionals can use, so we know how to convey a point, we know what the point is, but as some of the opening remarks were that we may lack somewhere in our presentation skills. So what I want to highlight over here is that we need to use our we need to use technology to enhance our presentation skills. And so moving in over here. Firstly, I too have used PowerPoint for most of the presentations that I've done. It's just that since last 2 years I've migrated to Prezi for most of my presentations. And coming to a comparative analysis between Microsoft PowerPoint and Prezi. So firstly, Prezi is dynamic, and not that PowerPoint is not, but Prezi is dynamic and it is easy to make it dynamic. So a Prezi can engage the minds of the audience in a much easier and a much more efficient manner without having technical knowledge, and you will be able to do wonders and impress your audience. It has a simple user interface to make dynamic content, and as I just showed while we were while we were doing this presentation, I just showed by ways by which we can make it dynamic compared to a static presentation in Microsoft PowerPoint. The second point is the second point is that it is a cloud-based software. So we can use it. So we can use the software. We can sync it with multiple devices, with multiple people. We can collaborate with our colleagues. For example, if this was a report that you had to give to your client, for example, you've done an internal audit and you want to submit an internal audit report. Consider this as your internal audit report, and you have. Let's go back to our home screen, which is so you have 4 major aspects on which you want to report in your internal audit every quarter. So you can just name these over here. You can go in over here and now you can highlight this. For example, if you worked only on fixed assets and you've not worked on any other aspect in your internal audit, so you can work only on one part of your report and you can share this Prezi with other people. Here is a share button and you can collaborate with people. You can share a link. You can ask them to make changes. And 4 people can simultaneously work on one Prezi. So section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4. 4 people can work simultaneously on their respective sections and collaborate together in real time. So these are some of the benefits of having a cloud-based software compared to a standalone desktop-based software. The good part about Prezi is that you can present from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world, and you can. The only thing that is required is that the person who's viewing this must have a browser. Now, the browser could be installed on an iPad, it could be installed on a mobile, on a desktop, or a laptop. So, as long as the opposite person, has a browser, they will be able to access your presentation. Now, imagine the flexibility of this, and imagine the utility of a software like this in times of a lockdown that the world is facing right now. You can make your presentations overseas without having the need to travel over there in this lockdown. You can have your client meetings using such platforms like Zoom and probably present your presentations in a very engaging manner without actually having the need to travel. Now, of course, now there are drawbacks to it as well. If you don't have internet, Prezi will not work. So if for any cloud-based software, this is the biggest drawback that you have, is that without internet, you will be paralyzed and you will not be able to work at all in Prezi, which is not the case in Microsoft PowerPoint. Whether you have an active internet connection or not, you will still be able to prepare your presentation. So make sure that you have an active internet connection if you're using tools like this for your presentations. And most importantly, there is an app for Prezi as well. So you can make certain modifications as well. You can download the app in your mobile phone. It's available for Android as well as iPhones. So you can download it from the App Store, and you will be able to make most of this presentation and make the most of this app, and you will be able to collaborate. And finally, coming to charges. So what I want to explain is that, of course, most of the basic features that you see over here are free. Most of these basic features are free. So only just some of the features are paid. Otherwise, most of the features over here are free. And Prezi is a pay-as-you-go topic. So pay-as-you-go software. So as and when you want to use and unlock the other features, you will have to pay for it. Well, I must admit it's quite expensive. It's $15 per user per month, which is roughly a little more than 1,000 rupees per month per user. So whereas Microsoft PowerPoint, if you have the licensed version, it is still chargeable. But in case if you have the unlicensed version, believe me, it's free. So there is no initial cost for using Prezi, and the cost of using Microsoft PowerPoint depends on the fact whether you have a licensed version or not. Let us assume all of us have the licensed version. And yes, and there are some technical disadvantages of Prezi. There are some disadvantages of PPT, but let's not get into that. But what the larger point that I'm trying to make over here is that we will be able to make very impressive presentations using Prezi. Now there is some science behind this as well. When you are making a static presentation, after a certain point, if you do not keep your viewers or the recipients of the presentation alive, their thoughts may drift away. But when you use a tool like Prezi, which is dynamic in nature, there are very less chances and much lesser chances compared to PowerPoint where a person would lose interest or where a person would lose his attention to what you're trying to explain. So there is a lot of science behind this as well, and now coming to the point that how good presentations make powerful leaders. I think that is a point that I want to convey and stress a little more on, is because because if you can create an impact, on the minds of the viewers, if you are able to make a high impact presentation, if you can use good technology to help you to create that kind of a presentation, if you can have the ability to explain something in really simple language, you will be appreciated globally. I'm not trying to politicize this, but look at the ability to explain what a curfew is or what a lockdown is by using the words such as Janta curfew. Okay, I'm not trying to politicize it, and I'm not trying to say whether it was good, bad, or ugly, but the only point that I'm trying to say is that a point was conveyed in such a simple and lucid manner which everyone understood. And hats off to the thought and the idea and the process behind calling it as a Janta curfew. You are saying that it is a curfew by yourself, for yourself, and there was no legal lockdown at that point of time. So if you have the ability to explain something in very simple and lucid manner, I think the world will appreciate it. If you can explain complex charts and complex figures and complex financial statements by way of such presentations, I'm sure the recipients of such presentations would definitely appreciate it, because we as finance professionals are very well versed with the numbers and with the figures, but somewhere we may lack presentation skills, and somewhere we may lack the ability to explain what is extremely important. And if you can demystify and if you can simplify, I think that is what is all about making a good presentation. And yes, and now from here, I would like to show you some good presentations in the form of a PowerPoint as well. So that would automatically explain the point that I'm trying to make, is why Prezi is a software of the future. So we'll just go over here. I'll show you. Oh, sorry, not this one. Yeah, master presentation. This is one of the master presentations that I have. In Microsoft PowerPoint. It's just taking a while to load. Yes.
Vivek, you'll have to share that screen of Microsoft PowerPoint.
I think the screen is already shared. It's just taking time to load.
Acha.
So this is one of the master presentation slides that I use for most of the presentations, depending on whatever is the type of presentation. So it has
No,
various sections.
Vivek, still it is not appearing. The
Oh, it's
new
not
screen.
appearing. Oh, okay. Okay.
You will have to stop share the original screen and share the new screen.
Okay. Okay. Let me just.
Hello.
Yes. Is the screen visible now?
Yeah, now it
All
is.
Yeah, so I'll just repeat what I just mentioned earlier. So this is one of the uh, master presentation templates that I have, and I use this for a lot of presentations because the transitions are good, the color combination is good, the fonts are good, and I will just show you how that works. So this is the opening. You can just put your company name or whatever is the presentation that you're trying to make. So look at the transitions, look at the custom animation, look at the color combination, look at the fonts. Probably fonts are not so great over here, which you can change. And look at the flow of your screen. Now, if you can make a presentation like this by yourself, hats off to you. I really salute you if you have the time and energy to make such a beautiful presentation. But if not, you can always hire expertise and you can always buy such templates which are freely available on the internet. This is one such template which I have bought, and I use it as my master presentation slide. So this is a presentation. So this was the look and feel and the flow of the presentation. Now, if you want to get into what this presentation exactly is, let's go on this slide and let's see what is there. You go here, yes. So these are the number of animations which just go in one particular slide. There are more than 30 animations that you see over here, right from top to bottom. There are 30 such animations which have gone to create one particular slide. Now, the point that I'm trying to explain is that something like this can be done so seamlessly in Prezi. If you can make something like this, which I personally believe is a good quality presentation with a good flow, if you can make something like this, well and good. But if you just want to do it with a click of a button, zoom in and zoom out.
Then आवाज है ना 5 मिनट में.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to explain is that if you can use Prezi, it simplifies your work. You may not have to spend hours and hours on creating just one slide. Look at the number of custom animations. This is the custom animation side tab. Look at the amount of animations that have gone creating one slide, and compare this with Prezi, where I showed you with a click of a button, you could import your PPTs, you could import your pictures, you could import your PDF files as well. You could create new content, you could create pages. So any good presentation, even in PowerPoint, you would need you would have to follow the points which we just discussed in our earlier presentation. Is that you need to have good color combination, eye-catching fonts, large fonts. Do not flood your slides, and so on. So there were a couple of questions where someone had raised their hands in between. So can we go to those questions? Have the organizers received any questions? Namrata, have you received any question?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay, fine. So we have received two questions. We have received questions. One question is related to what is most important, whether content should be given emphasis or presentation slides or presentation skill? That is one question.
Okay. All right. So let me answer that question. So, so scientifically, it is mentioned that how you present and what you present, how you present is more important than what you present. So so to answer your question very scientifically, I think the aesthetics of your presentation have to be good. The way you present has to be impeccable. And coming to the content, yes, people will not remember a particular point that you put in on your slide, but people will remember what you tell them. So I think to answer your question, the way you present is more important than what you present, and whether the content is more important than the aesthetics. I think aesthetics are a little more important, but I think there has to be a fine balance that has to be maintained between the two. Next question, please.
Namrata.
Hello. Yeah. So next question is related to which are other mobile friendly apps that we have that anybody can use to make quick presentation on mobiles.
Which are the others? There is, I don't recollect of any other mobile friendly app on which you can create a presentation on the go. But Prezi does have the bare minimum features which you can use to create a presentation on the go on your mobile.
One more question is
As of yeah, as of now we have received just two questions.
there is one more question regarding since Prezi is a cloud-based software. What about the security features about your own presentation out there?
Yes, so that's a good question. You have a particular option where you can lock your presentation. So that is to say that no one else can reuse it. But in case if you're not very well versed with it, you should, and if you're having sensitive financial data or sensitive in the information, price sensitive information on anything, my suggestion to each one is that first understand the security feature, ensure that the sharing is done in such a way that no other person can reuse this software. Otherwise, if anyone searches for any of the words which are there in your presentation, they will be able to access and see the data. So you need to close sharing of data for reuse. So there is an option where you can select and you can uncheck the box so that no one else will be able to see the presentation.
Can we demonstrate that, please?
Yes, I will just stop that screen share and start screen sharing again.
Yeah.
Is the screen visible?
No, not as of yet.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So what we do is we go out from here and so this is the option which says that it is reusable, and this is the option which says it is public. Sorry. You can click right click on the presentation. You can set privacy. Right now I've kept it anyone on the web. And if you want to share it with, if you want to lock it for people, you will have to upgrade your account and you will have to put it over here. So so that you can share it with only a few people. And
so only in paid version, you can probably lock
yes,
it.
you can lock it, not otherwise.
Achha.
And what you can do is, in case if you don't want others to use this template, you can always check this box over here which says allow others to make a copy of this presentation and use it as a template. But yes, so if there is price sensitive information and financial information, it is always useful to go for the paid version of it so that you will be able to share it with only people that you intend to share it with.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm done with my presentation. Most of the points have been covered. I've also given a particular demo of how presentations can be made over here. So if there are questions, we can take questions. If there are specific questions, I suggest all of you all to write your questions. If anyone has a question, you all can raise your hand as well on the screen.
If anybody has further questions or questions which are not answered, please raise your hand, else we can end the meeting.
Okay, so we have one
Couple of-
person who's raised a hand. Yeah.
The question has come here. How to make an effective also can you guide me? The question is how to make effective PPT in PowerPoint also. Can you, in fact, you have taken up this when you were saying.
How can you make an effective PPT in?
PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, okay. So the points that you saw in the high impact presentation over here, those would remain the same whether it is your PPT or whether it is Prezi. Colors, content, engagement, and slide transition are some of the important points that you need to take into account. And when you're making a PPT, as I showed, again, I would not stop this screen sharing over here right now. But as I showed in the previous one, to make a good quality transition and animation, you would need to use at least 25 to 30 such custom animations in a PowerPoint, which can be done with a click of a button in Prezi. So my suggestion is that if you really want to make a very powerful and impactful, either buy a template, because making a template is not really worth the time a person may spend behind making one template in PPT.
Okay.
And templates are available for as less as $5, $10, and $20.
Okay. One more question is with regard to you said about that website pexels.com.
Yes, yes.
Now you said it is free, right?
Yes, yes, it's free. I can
So
show.
there is nothing like copyright protected and all.
Not at all, not at all. In fact, just it's a good point that is raised. So here, can everyone see this website Pexels which I've opened?
Yes.
All right. So I'll just click on meeting over here. Yeah. So all the pictures that you see, you will get really high quality images, absolutely free of cost. In case if you have a doubt whether there is conflict of interest or whether you can use it or not, you can click on the button license over here, and it will say that you're allowed to use all photos and videos on Pexels are free to use. Attribution is not required. Giving credit to the photographer is not necessary, but appreciated. That's fine. So attribution may not be given, and all photos and videos are absolutely free.
One more question was that you had demonstrated to convert Microsoft PPT into Prezi. Whether
Yes.
the reverse is possible from Prezi to
PPT. No, I understood what you're trying to ask exactly is, but the answer to that is no. You cannot convert a Prezi to PPT because Prezi in itself is a software. So what happens is when you import a particular PPT into Prezi, you're not importing the custom animation, you're not importing the screen flow, or you're not importing the sound of a particular PPT. But what you're importing is only images of what you have in your PowerPoint. So hence you can import a PPT into Prezi, but you cannot import a Prezi into PPT. Prezi, so giving your answer technically, Prezi is a web-based software which uses Flash in order to run. So using Flash in order to run is not practical, is not possible in PPT, and hence the answer to that is no.
okay, that's all the questions which were there.
All right.
Other questions are there, but I don't think so they are worth this thing. I would now request Namrata to give a hearty vote of thanks to the speaker. Namrata?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Vivek, thank you very much for such a beautiful presentation. In fact, we learned how to beautify presentation from you today. And that was the complaint which my bosses always had, that I would put lot of content in presentation and not beautify it. But this is really an amazing style of working online and creating eye-catching presentation. Thank you, Vivek. And I would also like to thank all the participant for participating in large number. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now we shall close the meeting.